In this video, I'm going to show you how 4 characters from the Lord of the Rings and the mental weapons or virtues that they each represent can be developed and deployed in your war on vice. These 4 weapons will help you to go from being dependent and addicted to drinking, drugs, and jerking off, or any bad habit, to having the strength that you need to succeed not only on your war on vice, but to totally dominate every area of your life, whether it's fitness, business, family, or faith. And at the end, I'm going to show you how to deploy each of these weapons to each of the 4 quadrants of the vice cycle model I taught you in a previous video. We'll make it super practical so that you can defeat the enemy at every step along the way and totally smash the vice cycle in your life for good. So today we'll delve into the world of J.R.R. Tolkien's masterpiece, The Lord of the Rings, and examine how 4 iconic characters embody the 4 cardinal virtues of prudence, temperance, fortitude, and justice. By understanding their journeys, we can draw inspiration to overcome our own bad habits, vices, and addictions. First up is Gandalf, the wise and powerful wizard that exemplifies the virtue of prudence. Gandalf's actions are guided by careful thought, foresight, and the deep understanding of the consequences of his actions. Throughout the story, Gandalf demonstrates prudence by careful consideration, the best course of action. He analyzes risks and rewards and advises others with wisdom. By following Gandalf's example, we can develop the prudence necessary to make sound decisions and overcome the allure of our vices. Next up is Elrond, the elf of Rivendell, who embodies the virtue of temperance. Elrond displays remarkable self-control, balance, and moderation in all of his actions. He also maintains a calm demeanor and resist the temptation that can lead to destructive behaviors. Through his example, Elrond teaches us the importance of temperance in overcoming our own addictions and bad habits. By exercising self-discipline and practicing moderation, we can gain control over our lives by breaking free from the grips of vice. Third up is Samwise, the loyal and steadfast companion of Frodo, who represents the virtue of fortitude. Despite facing numerous challenges and overwhelming odds, Samwise never wavers in his determination to support Frodo in their perilous journey. He represents courage, resilience, and an unwavering resolve in the face of adversity. Samwise teaches us that by cultivating fortitude, we can summon the strength necessary to resist the allure of our addictions, even in the darkest times. Now, one of the most amazing things about Samwise was how he was always there in the nick of time to support Frodo when he was going astray. Now, if you're anything like me, you've always imagined having someone like that in your corner, someone to support you in your journey and fight the good fight with you the whole way through. Well, that's what it's like when you join our War on Vice program. Not only do you get myself as your general leading on your journey towards victory, you also be surrounded by a like-minded group of men who've got your back. These are men that you learn from, lean on, and depend on to hold you accountable when you're starting to slack. If you're a high-achieving man that dominates in business or career, but you struggle with drinking, drugs, jerking off, or any filthy vice, then visit waronvice.com. Watch a short video and complete the application to hop on a call with me to see if you and I were a good fit for going into battle together. Finally, we have Aragorn, the rightful heir to the throne of Gondor, who embodies the virtue of justice. Aragorn is committed to upholding truth with fairness and righteousness. He consistently acts in the best interests of others, even when it requires personal sacrifice. He demonstrates the importance of holding oneself accountable and seeking justice for the betterment of all. By following the example of Aragorn, we can confront the consequences of our actions, make amends for past wrongs, and overcome the negative cycles of addiction and vice. And here's a practical way that you can apply these lessons. But first, if you haven't watched my Cycle of Vice video just yet, it would greatly benefit you if you did so. You can find a link in the description below. So check it out. When you find yourself in the first phase of inflation, that's the best time to practice prudence. If you ever find yourself beginning to trip, just think about applying the practical wisdom of the thoughtful wizard Gandalf. Like humility, prudence is a powerful weapon against pride. Use it. Now, if you fail the test and began to trip, or someone bursts your bubble and you start to deflate, be patient, remain calm, cool, and collected like the temperate elf Elrond. This is the perfect opportunity to develop self-mastery and control over your emotions. Pull yourself together and get back on track before you stumble and fall. When the temptation is so overwhelming that you can't triumph over the compulsion alone, call upon the fortitude of a friend like Samwise. Like courage, fortitude is doing the right thing even if it's difficult. And that might just mean being honest with yourself. It takes strength to know when you need help, So find an accountability partner, a coach, or simply assemble a band of brothers who got your back. Finally, listen, failure is a part of the journey. If you find that you failed, fear not, my friends. God the Father is fair. And just like Aragorn, he upholds the truth with justice and mercy. Sure, you'll suffer, but without pain, there's no growth. But as long as you make amends, repent, and try again, he'll give you the grace to keep going. By developing these virtues within ourselves, we can gain the strength, resilience, and wisdom needed to break free from the cycle of vice and embark upon the path of power and holiness. Remember, just as these characters triumphed over their trials, we too can overcome our challenges and become the strongest version of ourselves. So far, we've been talking about the inner game of slaying vice with virtue. In the next video, we're going to talk about the outer game of playing our part, P-A-R-T, as an army of one, through prayer, accountability, reconciliation, and training in truth. Until then, my friends, be vigilant against vice and keep building that virtue. Done.